Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fallout Roundtable. This is a place where diverse individuals discuss various topics from the Fallout universe. Join us, the conversation has already started.
Welcome to another episode of the Fallout Roundtable. Today, it's just a chill. I got a couple of my friends here from the lorecast. From Tier 3, you may, if you want to listen to us, babble, you could just go over to the patron episodes over there and Fallout lorecast. But so we got Lilgreen and we got Nova.
Howdy, how you guys doing?
How's it going?
Yeah, cool. Like I said, if you want to hear us babble about random Fallout stuff, go to the patron episodes on the Fallout lorecast. Anyway, before we get started with our episode, why don't you rate, review, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So we also got a Twitter at Fallout RTB. You can also get in touch with us on our email, falloutrtb@gmail.com. Topic tonight, it's October. It's spooky season. And I got the idea of what horror movie villains, like Jason, Freddy Krueger. God, I can't remember. Goodness, I can't remember other ones.
Leatherface.
Leatherface, yes.
Chucky.
Jigsaw.
Mickey Mouse.
No, not Mickey Mouse. No. If they could exist, whether or not they can survive, that's another issue. But if they could exist in the Fallout universe, Wasteland, if you guys don't think, who knows? So let's get started. Who wants to go first with their idea?
Well, I do have something, but lilgreen, want to take the reins on this one, or do you want me,
to
go first?
I'll go first as always.
All right, sounds good.
Just like in the lorecast.
Just like in the lorecast, I'm always first.
Yes, I love volunteering you. It's so much fun.
Being voluntold. All right, but no. So the one villain that comes to mind who I feel like would do exceptionally well in the Wasteland, Chucky. Just because he's a plastic doll, so he could go anywhere and everywhere that he wants and his heart desires. So it doesn't have to worry about radiation or like being out in like rad storms and stuff like that. He just does what he wants. So that's like my starting point of it, and he wouldn't have to worry about ghouls either, I feel like, as well. So like he could go like in a lot of the tunnels. I mean, yeah, he has to worry about like all like the massive creatures, but I don't know if they would bother him because he's just a plastic doll.
I feel like sorry to cut you off, but I feel like Chucky would be mistaken for like a mannequin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like he has the ultimate camouflage.
Yeah, he could help create some of those demented, like teddy bears, mannequins, and then just kill people along the way.
Yeah. I also feel like he'd be demasculated though, because someone would probably put a sticker on him that says "Be a caution, contains small parts," and he'd be very depressed because of that.
Yeah.
But I do. Chucky would be a very interesting villain to run across within the Fallout series, mainly because, like you said, it would just be completely unexpected where you're just walking through a toy store or something like that, and all of a sudden you hear, and it just a knife-wielding little doll just falls from the raft or something like that, and just lunging at you. It'd be very interesting to fight that as well, because it's only like, what, 3 feet tall at most?
Yeah, if that.
Probably has a cracked face because it's 20 years into the future.
And it's Chucky.
It's Chucky, yeah.
Yeah, it's Chucky.
He gives it that kind of just menacing look to it. And then he just disappears into the shadow because it has to be a very, very dark, it's post-apocalyptic. It has to be a very, very dark toy store. And so he just kind of lurking in the background.
I feel Chucky, though, would go after everybody, not just Wastelanders as a whole. I feel like he would go after Raiders. He'd try to go against Superman. I feel like Chucky would get smart on who he goes after, though.
Yeah,
goes after a super mutant, gets kicked into the stratosphere.
So, and that's the other thing. Like, I'll say up front, like I'm not the biggest horror fan, like as it is, but like I know enough. But like, does he really get hurt? That's the other thing. I mean, like getting shot is one thing or blown up, but like if he was like kicked by a super mutant, but like does he just shake it off?
I feel
Or
like
just
I
or just,
feel.
just shatter.
Yeah.
To be honest, because I've watched some of the Chucky movies. Uh, just mostly how they die, how Chucky dies is usually by complete obliteration, and then like something weird because it's all magic voodoo stuff that
I
that
mean,
goes.
it'll work for the Fallout universe,
Oh,
especially
I feel it would too.
for like the wacky wasteland stuff, but also
Yeah.
like to bring up another what is it? Another podcast that's in the Fallout universe is Chad.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So like Ella, that like because I feel like just if Ella was just able to move on her own, like that you
Oh,
got
that'd be
Chucky.
scary. That
Yes.
would, yeah, that'd be female Chucky.
Yes.
I
So
forget. I forget. Yeah.
It's Chicky, I think. I don't actually know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna call her Chicky though because it's funny.
Yes, but yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, I feel like Chucky would be a menace in the wasteland, and would honestly be something to fear. So
Yeah,
almost like what was the slasher in like the from Fallout 3 and the VR things.
yeah. Shoot, I'm
You
blanking
know what
on
I'm
that
talking
name
about?
as well. I know exactly what you're talking about, but it's like the Pine-Stein slasher.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
So the
Yes.
pint-sized slasher.
Mm-hmm.
So all right, well that's my first.
yeah.
I nominate Nova to go next.
Oh wow,
Oh
how'd you come up
wow.
with my name?
Oh my gosh.
All right, I feel like Norman. I feel like Norman from Psycho. He is titular Psycho from
Oh
the movie. Would be a
yeah.
very good character in the Fallout universe, especially living in somewhere like Novak, literally a motel.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then there's just been like kind of whispers, chitter chatter of people just mysteriously disappearing inside this part of the wasteland. But like it has to be specifically, I feel like it has to be specifically in the West though, because it's more civilized there. There's more structure. There's an actual functioning government system. There's still raiders and super mutants and ghouls and everything wandering around, but they're much less common, like anywhere between the Mojave and the Pacific Ocean. That is really more settled and civilized. And so that allows people like Norman, the titular psycho from the movie Psycho, to establish himself and begin his psychotic rampage. He probably wouldn't survive very long because everyone is strapped and ready to clap in the wasteland, but it could be a pretty cool story to uncover though, to explore.
I agree. That would be really cool.
No, I kind of follow you there. I feel like even on the East Coast, between like at least maybe like the Boston Commonwealth, that would work because there is some sort of civilization, but there's not as much government or
Yeah.
like control. So like you get a place where people can kind of like in their travels relax, find a place to live, like live for a couple days if they need to, and no one's gonna come looking for them.
Yeah, no one
So
definitely is. But
yeah, you find yourself on a trade route, and no one's gonna like it's you might hear whispers of like, oh, so and so disappeared at such a place. Like, oh no, it's just wives' tales. I've stayed there thousands of times.
or
And
honestly, the
then,
setup could be a merchant saying, "Hey, I that my caravan hasn't arrived yet. I really need the supplies because this is my livelihood." Like the last I heard was they were going to stop at this motel or they were going to walk around this or along this route. They may have stopped here, so go check this place out, and then you slowly uncover like the cadaver cave or something like that, where it's just
yeah,
all these different corpses of people that have been long forgotten by the wasteland have been brutally murdered, because this person is a psycho, as the movie suggests.
yeah. I mean, like a good example in game. of a Psycho-esque person is Pikmin.
Yep.
Pikmin
Yeah,
had his
yeah.
own murder
Mhm.
murder house.
That's
You
exactly
go
what I
into
was
there, and
thinking.
his entire place is covered in bodies that he makes and like blood that he makes into art. And so it's just like
It's kind of
It-
whacked out, weird.
it has happened, and
Yeah.
I feel like he would just fit in. And all it
Yeah.
takes is just that one random person just going in to investigate to screw it up. But like, still, like you're gonna be like the shock factor will probably make you be like either GTFO or like you're just stunned and want to find out more and more, and that's how he gets you.
Yeah, especially if he is presenting like a completely normal, sane person, and then you
Yes.
don't really, you
That
don't
would
really,
make it worse.
yeah, you don't really
I feel
expect
like.
or see his more sadistic, animalistic nature underneath, where he just presents as, oh, okay, you want to spend the night here? Okay, yeah, that will be 50 bottle caps to rent a room. But then in the next room over, something like that, you hear, and then just nothing afterwards. And then you just see maybe a couple drops of blood from when he carried the body out or something like that on the carpet that weren't there before.
Yeah. But again, even in the wasteland, it's just one of those things of like, oh, someone's bleeding. Okay, they got injured. It's just like it's just a second thought. So I feel like he would blend in a little bit more for sure.
He definitely would.
So,
And also it could be a double reference though, because then he could have a stash of Psycho hidden within there, or he could be a Psycho dealer or something like that. And so he'd
Yeah,
have a
there
bunch
you
of
go.
he'd have a bunch of Psycho
There we
junkies actually
go.
like visiting or like visiting that place as a kind of like a crack house, but it's a Psycho house though.
Nah, yeah,
I
nah,
don't know.
that's
I'm just thinking he could just be like a clever double word play on it because it's
I like it though. I really do. So
yeah.
especially, Psycho being one of those drugs that really sets people off. So
Yeah.
it could be the MacGuffin even of like the whole entire thing.
Well, he goes on his murderous rampage when he takes Psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So I like it. I like it.
drug addict. What's more Fallouty than a drug addict wanting to kill people?
Yeah.
Terrible science experiments and unethical treatment of humans.
Yeah.
And that's my segue into promoting my own YouTube channel.
Guess it's
All
my
right.
turn here. First.
Yeah, Maverick, it's your turn now.
That's my turn. Yeah, everyone's had good ones so far, and I'd love to get more into these, But I was thinking the other one, the other Psycho, the American Psycho, played by Christian Bale, Patrick Bateman.
Yeah.
That's who I was thinking of at first. To go because the office scenario, it'd be more about, it'd be fun and cool to think about, maybe, like some terminals or whatever, or like even someone similar to Patrick Bateman from the movie would be like, it'd be a quest line or something where you find out about all this stuff, and it just seems interesting to think about,
Yeah, whereas a pre-war tale being told out through like holotapes or police reports or something like that instead of something actively happening in game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. And funnily enough, I was thinking that, but I wanted to go more of the in-game experience route rather than reading about it. And so
I feel you too.
and so I was thinking American Psycho to begin with, but then I decided to go with a more older Psycho. Definitely not confusing at all.
Not confusing at all. No.
Yeah. Although the funny thing
both great movies though.
Although the funny thing I just realized is that the location that Psycho, the movie that from 1960 takes place, that is the Bates Motel.
Yeah,
American Psycho is Patrick Bateman. So I wonder if that was inspiration or something like that, or just a funny coincidence.
I want to say coincidence.
I feel it'd be a coincidence.
Yeah, it probably is. But I don't know, I just realized like I have a Wikipedia article open for. I was like, oh, it's the Bates Motel. I forgot about that.
So to be honest here, I also had another one since I was also thinking about more not paranormal. But I was thinking Scream, Ghostface.
Yeah.
Ghostface chasing you, kind of like that question of if you could live forever, but you had a slow snail following you, kind of like in Fallout 76, where you see those eyes, behind you or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I feel like they could do something with Ghostface with that.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to Ghostface, I feel like he's one that wouldn't last.
No, he
Because
definitely
if we're
wouldn't.
going with the Wasteland, everybody's strapped. All
I
right.
feel that.
That's exactly what I
Everybody's
said.
strapped.
Everybody's strapped and is ready to clap.
Yes. So like Ghostface in like his movie form being like a slasher, like he uses a knife or anything close in.
Mhm.
You got someone like like that. He goes up against little Johnny, who turns around with a sawn-off shotgun and pops both barrels in him.
Oh.
Done. Yeah. So I feel like does he have potential? Kind of.
I
But
feel like
he's
he
not
could
going to be very
ambush
successful.
people. I feel like he could
it'd be more of an ambush attack.
Mhm.
So
Like straight up face to face, nah.
no, if he's like trying to like face to face, not gonna work. His like the way he tries to like scare people's not gonna work as well because
Those phones don't work.
Yeah, phones don't work, but it's just like the way he
that.
wants to intimidate people. It's just not. It's just not the thing for the Fallout universe.
Yeah, the calls
So-
coming from in the house though, but what phone is working? Oh, didn't think about that.
Oh no!
My plan, it's ruined.
It's ruined.
You just see him run
So-
off into the forest.
Until we meet again.
So
Until
Yeah,
next time.
that's my thoughts on Ghostface. But I mean, I feel like there's a way to make it work, but like I feel like to keep Ghostface, you lose exactly who he is.
Yeah, I feel.
You go on.
I feel with Ghostface, to be honest, if they were to change him, I feel like it'd be to make him work in the Fallout. I feel like he would have to be paranormal of some sort to be an actual Ghostface.
What I also think is that Ghostface works best in some place like Diamond City, where it's someone who may be paranoid of some people being synths and using like murders, like a mysterious murderer going around killing people who he thinks is synths because he's just paranoid of them. And so he's using that legend to scare people away who he doesn't like or they don't like.
I can see that.
I can see that too.
Yeah.
Like he'd be a lot better in more of an urban environment. So like even in like the outskirts of New Vegas, would be good too.
Yeah.
So because there's enough people and enough places for him to hide. So like just a random guy going through the wasteland, not so much.
No.
So
well, like I said, it feels to me, it sounds like it would work best if there's something specifically that is his goal. So,
Yeah.
like I said, if he is specifically trying to target people who he thinks are synths in Diamond City, trying to drive them out, or maybe are like Legion sympathizers in the outskirts of New Vegas, or NCR sympathizers actually probably work best inside New Vegas, like in, was it East Vegas, I think, or West? No, it's West Vegas. North Vegas? No, it's North Vegas Square. I'm going through all the directions. Specifically in North.
You're gonna find it eventually, man. Just keep
I'm looking at my compass. I'm going west. I thought you said east. I thought you said west. Like North Vegas Square. I could see that working I could see that working because they're kind of xenophobic of the NCR, and so one person there that is very. It just specifically does not really like the NCR and thinks, oh, Jimmy over here really like the NCR. I'm going to go murder him to make other people who like the NCR go away because we don't like them here. We don't like their kind here. And so so Ghostface worked best kind of as a political or social message, I think.
So like a resistance type leader /
more scare factor.
Okay.
Like if I did this to this one person because they thought this way or they had or they had this idea, I'll do it to everybody else who thinks the same way or is the same as them. So specifically targeting certain segments of the population because they don't like them.
So kind of like what the Enclave did in Fallout 3.
Well, the Enclave was doing that to the entire population.
Okay, fine, but I'm just saying, for this sake of argument, the Enclave was sort of doing the same thing.
Yeah, sort of in a way, I guess.
If you think about it, just for a minute, if you think about it as a Enclave sympathizer over here, they were trying to do the same thing. But
do you need a knife to the back, sir? Because I don't like the Enclave. I'm trying to send a message here. I have an SKS right now. Strapped and clapped.
I guess Ghostface would come after me in the Fallout universe then.
I'll put an SKS bayonet through your shoulder blades.
Oh
God.
It's dull too, so suffer.
Oh God.
Oh God, no, gross.
No, I've stabbed myself with dull knives before. That's not fun.
No,
it's
yeah.
It's designed to be dull because it's Chinese, and they're like.
So,
no,
all right.
Yeah, but I did have one other though that I thought would be really enjoyable. I think the Martians from War of the Worlds.
Oh, you mean the tripod people?
Yes, the tripod people. I think that'd be really cool.
I love the movie.
Where it's not like a full-scale invasion, but just a random encounter. I think that would be the best version of it.
Okay.
What movie are we talking about? Are we talking Tom Cruise or the BBC version of War of the Worlds?
They're basically the same. Just BBC one is shot better.
I hate to agree with you because I love Tom Cruise and what he did in that movie, but I hate because I've seen highlights of the BBC version and I'm like, that looks so much better than the Steven Spielberg version. But
it is.
Yeah.
So, but I think it would work best as a random encounter. Either you just stumble upon this tripod that is walking through the wasteland, or it could be like the post of them getting the cold and completely dying. And so you just come across their corpse and then just laying outside the tripod, leaking the ooze and everything, and the tripod just smoldering there.
So we're talking about the ending scene at the end of the Tom Cruise movie.
Like one of the potential random encounters. Like I said, it could either be like they're just wandering around and you're just like, oh, that's interesting over there, and they're just immediately hostile towards you, shooting what is basically a better basically a better plasma ray at you.
It's a heat ray that they use. But in terms of the Fallout universe, it'd be a plasma ray.
Okay, I like the idea, but when it comes to the Fallout universe, is this a Zayton encounter?
It could be.
Or is this a whole other alien faction?
Because
the only time we actually do fight Zaytons once or twice.
Mothership Zeta, we do.
Yeah, Mothership
on
Zeta,
Earth.
and then
on Earth.
Okay. So the only two times you encounter, well, you technically do it 3 times. There is the random encounter in Fallout New Vegas. You have the Wild Wasteland perk, though, in order to get it. That's how you get the alien blaster. There is in Fallout 4. It's the crashed spaceship, and then the alien survives and goes into a cave. And then the last one is the alien invasion event in 76.
Yeah.
Okay. So, they're never around long enough for them to really contract any germs. So I feel like if the Zaytons doing like an War of the Worlds style attack, I feel like would be perfect for Fallout, because you have weapons to go up against them and slow them down at least, because mini nukes. And
they're coming from that way. Delete that way.
Yeah, and also power. Yeah, and power armor as well. Yeah. So, I feel like it's a plausible venture when it comes to, that sort of event. And because, we really don't know, hey, can the Zaytons survive on Earth? Because every time we've come across them, they've died in a plane, in one of their crashes. or like it's shortly after their crash and we kill them ourselves, really.
Yeah.
So
the only time they're on Earth extensively is in the Fallout New Vegas part because their ship had a malfunction. They didn't crash. They're just kind of like
They're just there.
Yeah, they're just there, and so they're trying to repair their spacecraft, I believe, or maybe they're collecting samples. But I think the lore was they they hit a pothole and their tire popped, and so they're trying to change the tire. That's the equivalent to it, basically. And so they're trying to repair the spacecraft, and so they're just on Earth. Guy with a monkey wrench, the grease jockey, is repairing it, and the other one that is there here extensively would be the Flatwoods monster. But the Flatwoods monsters though is in a spacesuit though, with helmet and everything, so it's completely contained environment. So the Flatwoods monster has no exposure to our atmosphere really, or maybe has a filtered exposure to our atmosphere, so they're not getting infected with anything or exposed to anything. But I don't know if Satan's honestly would though, like maybe worked best in 76 where this Satan specifically got contracted the scorched plague or something like that and just died from it. So instead of turning into a scorch, they just outright die from it. That might be the best course of action because they've been here since like what the 1500s. They've been here for 500 years.
According to
They've just been abducting people and items for that half a century or more. If they haven't developed at the very least a vaccine for the common cold or the flu, they shouldn't be a species to begin with because there's no way that they got into orbit if they can't develop a vaccine for the cold or the flu to protect themselves from it.
Yeah,
I feel that.
I mean, but it's also one of those things of like they're coming from a different world, so like I'll try and keep it alive with they come from a different world. We don't know what like bacteria, viruses, parasites, whatever, like affect them.
Yeah.
So like what's common to them is not common to us. So it's just like so I mean, just going back to like freaking colonial times when the Europeans came to America, bringing the common cold and laying waste. It was brought over to here. So it's one of those things of like them not having a vaccine against something. Like I could see that being a thing,
especially when it's been 500 years.
Okay,
but those Zetans are tiny.
We develop a flu vaccine every single year. If they can't do that in 500 years, then what the heck are they doing?
I'll give you that. So,
we guess half the time with our flu vaccines.
Well, yeah, I know we do, but we still throw one out every single year. Eventually, something's got to stick, right?
I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah,
just waiting for the Spanish flu 2.0 to come along, though.
But it's also one of those things of like, yes, they have abducted people to their ships, but like there has to be a way for that. There's got to be something that like you become sort of sterile when you get to the ship, or they're always like, I haven't played Mothership Zeta, but I'm pretty sure they're always in a suit of some sort.
No,
they're not. Okay.
Well, they're in a suit. Yeah, they're in suits, but they're not contained though. Okay, so like their heads, their faces, their hands, their feet are all exposed, but like their bodies are in like their jumpsuits though.
All right, well then I'm good. I would just say like I'm pretty sure they're smart enough to like have like a clean room or like a way to sanitize everything.
Yeah.
So there is no like pathogens.
Maybe, yeah.
So that's the only thing I'd be like, 500 years, no vaccine or way to fight this. Well, they have clean rooms. They at least have that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But I like the Scorch idea personally, though, where it affects them differently because their xenobiology is incompatible with the Scorch. And so they just get it and they explode. I
like that. I really do. So that's a way to make, they tie in 76 to somewhere else into like the wasteland.
Yeah.
And
I feel like there's
include the tripods.
Yeah.
And like get the Zetans in a little bit more because I know it's like like it would just be nice to have just one really larger weird encounter with the Zetans.
Like a final battle or like a big old battle or something between like the
or even
Brotherhood.
like a DLC, like make it like a DLC.
Or,
So,
or at the very least, just release more lore that goes along with it, because we have the freaking Battle of Tranquility Sea that was told about in Fallout 4, but all we got was a freaking picture of it and nothing else about it. By the way, the Sea of Tranquility is a crater on the moon, and there's an entire battle that was fought up there, and all we have from it is a single picture, a single frame of a picture from the Museum of Freedom mural. We have nothing else from that. And I'm like, should that be something else that is more widely spoken of? Shouldn't you have at least created lore? It's been 8 years now, guys. Come on, get on it, Bethesda.
Yeah, I'm looking at the picture right now.
Yeah. Todd Howard listens to our podcast, so please.
But God, anyway, Howard, please.
Oh, glorious Todd, please. Listen
Uncle Pete. Uncle Pete, listen to us.
Well, anyway, guys. Yes. I think it's time for a break. So we'll catch you on the other side. See you.
Ever wanted to be a content creator but had no clue where to begin? Come join me as I sit down with content creators that have already faced the challenges you're up against, as they discuss the tips and tricks that help them be successful. Here on The Content Creator's Guide, available wherever podcasts can be found.
Well, welcome back. I hope you didn't miss us too much in our conversation. Let's continue our conversation, though. We're talking about tripods. Are we done with our tripod and our Zatans? Do we?
Yeah, I think we're good. So move on.
Yeah. So who else has? I have one, but I don't know how good it would work out though. It's more like a half-baked idea I have.
For ones that would work, I don't have anything, but I do have a couple ideas for ones that just straight up wouldn't work.
Okay, hit me with them.
The first one that comes to mind, I feel like, is Leatherface. That wouldn't work.
Yeah.
So, yes, like
Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yes, he might be able. He takes punishment, but he can still die. So I did my my research before saying this. Leatherface dies in one of the movies for sure. It takes punishment, yes, but he's someone that can be stopped. So he's one of those, going back to Leatherface. Short term, he's kind
of like Ghostface.
Ambush prey for sure. He could, he could be using a Ripper or whatever the heck else he wants. Because also, I think isn't he the protector of a cannibalistic family? So he works perfectly technically for the Fallout universe, because cannibals are a thing.
It is a thing. Bigger thing than it probably should be. But yeah.
So I feel humanity.
So it's well, can he be in the Fallout universe? Yes. Will he just be a nuisance mini boss? Yes.
Probably. Yeah.
So that's my thing. He would be more of a nuisance for us, or just in general, because again, going back to the Fallout universe, everybody's strapped. Everybody's strapped.
Strapped with something, we don't know what, but they're strapped.
Yes.
It's Full Auto Friday every single week in the Wasteland.
Full Auto Friday. Man, I should name our talks that. Welcome to Full Auto Fridays.
But yeah, no. So I don't know if you guys want to expound on Leatherface.
Leatherface, I'm not too fond of Leatherface, to be honest. Even in his movies, I always thought that he was a ripoff of Mike Myers or Jason, to be honest. With his, even though those two are so much better, and I have, I will bring those guys up later, so stay tuned. But for Leatherface himself, I think he'd work better in New Vegas, to be honest, with the hotel, the cannibalistic hotel.
With what? Yeah, shoot, what is that? What is that family again? The white faces or something like that. What? No, white faces.
I'm trying to think. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. That's the problem.
The White Glove Society.
Yeah,
the White
it
Glove
is
Society.
Yeah, not White Face Society, the White Glove Society. Whoops. Yeah, he would work pretty good with that. But
Yeah.
I think I feel like he might be more suited though to like the Metro of DC, honestly.
You
And
mean
then
like hiding in the subway system?
Yeah,
just
because
devouring ghouls or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking is instead of going after people, he is more focused on ghouls, and so that's what he eats. And so he's just in the subway butchering ghouls, and then his leather face is made out of a ghoul face because we already have
So
that
he
inside.
blends in.
Yeah, yes,
That
because that is already in
all by
Fallout
itself.
3. Because the
Yeah.
ghoul face mask or the ghoul mask is already in Fallout 3, so
It is
you
possible.
just take that and run with it.
I know you said that this character probably wouldn't work in the Fallout universe, but we just named off like 5 reasons why it would work.
I mean, I should say he is not as intimidating in the Fallout universe.
Oh, I agree.
So he works, but not to the same degree as in like you would find him in a movie where he's like this big unstoppable force. But like, cause like he still is a big unstoppable force, but like, so are Deathclaws.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
but-
he works in the movie because the person's isolated without any weapons. The most they
Yeah.
have is like a chair leg or something like that. In the Fallout universe, we're gonna say this. We said this a million times. We're gonna say it again.
People are strapped.
Strapped and ready to clap.
Man, I should put that on a t-shirt. Strapped and ready
Strapped
to clap.
to clap. Oh my god!
Quote by Nova. Fallout Roundtable. Time of recording October 13, 2023.
Nova, your local friendly psychotic golden retriever. Hey,
So-
yeah.
All right, well, so I think that's that's enough on Leatherface. Who else has something?
Yeah, who else? I have the big ones that I want to bring up.
Do it up.
Yeah,
First, I want to
go.
go up Jason Voorhees.
Okay.
Okay, I want to hear your thoughts.
My thoughts is I feel like he would be a Terminator type of person in the wasteland, to be honest, or he would just be going through a house to like a little village or something, just terrorizing people in that village or whatever. I don't think there'd be any like summer camps because that's Jason's thing, but
Yeah,
there'd be no surviving summer
I could
camp.
see it.
No.
Though. I mean, I could see like being like a scorched earth character or villain in general, just be going from like he's just wandering and doesn't like just killing and like just killing, and
Yeah, he could be more.
he's
of a random
one that
encounter.
like he's one of those like horror villains that doesn't die. Am I correct?
No, he's immortal.
He is
Yeah.
immortal.
So it's
More accurate to say invincible, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it's one of those things of like, can you slow him down? Yes. Can you stop him? No.
No.
So
Even a
And-
mini nuke is useless in this situation, which I'm
Yeah.
very sad to say.
yeah, and like I mean, you might be able to do something with the cryolator. That's it. And like, it's how effective is it going to be for him? So
I mean,
Yeah, no.
we know
Jason?
Jason's afraid of water. We know that from the movie.
Yeah.
but how often do we deal with water in Fallout? I mean,
Okay,
yeah,
so-
in
Quite-
New Vegas, like you're dealing with it somewhat when you're like working with
Hoover Dam.
yeah, Hoover
Yeah.
Dam, the boomers. Is it the boomers? The
Yeah.
ones that
Yep,
over at
That's the
Nellis.
boomers.
So like, but
The
that's
old
really
folk.
it. You avoid it because radiation. You avoid even the slightest puddles unless you have like power.
radioactive Jason.
Yeah.
So, question: Do you think
Answer.
Jason? Do you think? I'm looking for an answer, so I'm asking the question. Do you think Jason would be a product of just pure villainy, where he is just a supernatural force, or do you think he would be created by the Institute as a courser and just sent out and it was like a rogue courser
Mm,
who just went psychotic?
Or late stage what is it, Enclave scientist who actually got FEV to be what he wanted. The super soldiers.
So like another Frank Horrigan almost.
Yeah,
It
or
could be.
like, yeah, or just like a super soldier gone rogue.
Or that, yeah.
So like, because like I feel like that would be. I think that's it right there. That's how you get Jason. It's something with the FEV.
It has to be. It'd be a different version of a super mutant.
Yeah, it's like the East Coast version of Frank Horrigan, basically. If you guys don't know what Frank Horrigan is, he was the president's personal bodyguard on just controls Jason Enclave and Fallout 2. And so he was described as like twice the size of a man in power armor that could rip a normal a soldier in power armor apart with his bare hands. And he only was able to sustain himself because he was subsisting on a cocktail of drugs specially prepared for him by scientists. And so he was just a beast of a man, basically a one-man walking tank.
But Jason would be better because he doesn't need to be sustained. It's a one and done thing.
Yeah, it's a refined version of him.
Yeah, it's more refined, and like he's literally just, like he, comes alive and just immediately starts doing his things, killing anybody and everybody in his way. So
He'll kill everyone in the name of his dead mother's head.
yes.
Could you imagine you just walking around like Boston or DC, something like that, and then in the distance you hear an entire gun battle, and you go over there, it's just body parts strewn all over the place from like from just one person who's just hacking and slashing his way through entire settlements, and that's all you ever see of him. And then like you might run into him randomly, and you just can't die, so you just have to run away. But he just walks at a normal pace, so he can never catch up to you.
Yeah, I mean, or like. He walks at like a decent pace, and like the only thing you can do is cripple his legs.
Or that too, yeah. But I'm pretty sure Jason never runs in any of the movies, so I'm pretty sure he just walks. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just walks around.
Same with Michael Myers. He doesn't run either.
Yeah.
He's just scary walking, which is weird to say, but it is.
He's walking menacingly.
Menace walk.
You're just standing there menacingly.
Oh yeah, no, Jason works. Scarily, he works.
Yeah, very scarily. But how would we get his hockey mask?
Obviously, Canada, we invaded it. One of the soldiers brought home a hockey mask as a souvenir.
Of course.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting about
Boom. Lore complete.
Boom.
Write Jason into the next Fallout game, please.
Jason.
We did your entire job for you.
Or we pull on 76 and he has a Foshnot mask.
Now I have no idea what that is.
Oh, you haven't played that. You haven't
played 76?
I have played 76. I just don't remember what the Foshnot mask is.
It's an event that like but that you could gather like a bunch of, they're like Halloween masks.
Yeah,
but like they have all different types.
Yeah, Sassy Lady, one of our part of the roundtable crew. You probably already listened to her half the time. Talking to our audience here, probably already listened, but yeah, she is a big Foshnot fan. She does a lot when that comes around. So yeah,
Lil, you have a fly or something on your camera. Like half your camera is blocked, or is that just weird lighting?
It's just weird lighting.
Oh, okay. It looked like
I just have like
it looked like the entire top right of your screen was blocked for a second.
Oh no, it's just bad lighting because I just had like my string lights going and my computer screen.
Okay, yeah. No, I haven't. When I play 76 or when I play the Fallout games, I just explore. I don't do the I don't do the events in 76. Honestly,
okay.
I just go around reading terminals and exploring locations.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I mean that would be because I know that they have like some that would lean into like Jason Voorhees' mask or just a different mask in general.
I feel like they would come up with a reason or a way to get Jason's hockey mask in lore wise, like a soldier comes back from Canada.
You have the Fiend mask when it comes to Fallout 76.
Yeah.
So So that would work.
It would work.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you think about it. Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's how you get his mask, or Canada.
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 Oh, Canada,
Canada.
the 51st state.
So, do you have anything else, Maverick?
Oh, I got another person.
do you
Another
got?
part of the big three. I'm just going to go through the big three here just so we know. I would like us to discuss Michael Myers and Freddy
Okay.
Krueger.
All right, let's go with Michael Myers.
Let's go Michael Myers first. How do you think he could or could not survive?
Are we talking about the comedian or the serial killer?
The
Serial killer.
serial killer. The comedian would probably not die. Would probably die.
He'd be a god among men.
Would be though. Yes.
Yeah. So I think Michael.
You go, Nova.
I think Michael Myers would kind of just play in a similar vein to Jason, in my opinion.
I feel like the asylum in Fallout 76.
Yeah, the unpronounceable name asylum. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he would hang around there more because
The Argani, I want to say, Argani asylum.
Yeah. I feel like he'd be over there, and he'd be like, like how you have to clear people out of places, and then they'd be cleared, like in Fallout 4. I
Yeah.
feel like it would be something similar, but it would be more scary. Kind of like a Dunwich meets Halloween type of thing. If you think about it.
Yeah.
Because we had Dunwich Boars in other games, Cthulhu-esque things, but I think Mike Myers would probably be roaming those halls, really.
Yeah.
I think actually I think about it more, and I'm trying to remember the actual story of the Halloween series. I think that it would play out better as a quest where you're like Lori, his sister, comes to you for help, or you just stumble across her and it's like, there's a psychopath chasing after me. I need your help because he's gonna kill me. And so she brings you into the house, you have to set up defenses and stuff like that, and then you just have to survive the night or something like that, where like it lasts the entire night. You just have to survive because he's gonna keep coming after you, because Michael Myers does not die, just like Jason. He's invulnerable, but he can be slowed down. Lori is prepared her entire life for this, according to the 2017 or 2018 movie or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think it was 2017 movie. Yes.
Yeah, she's prepared her entire life for this.
Don't quote me on that date, but I know it's in that part of those years. Somewhere
during the late 2010s.
Yes.
Yeah. But I think they would play out better as a quest like that instead of a random serial killer going around, because then it ties in with the story better. It'd be a cool reference, and also it would be a unique experience, because you tend not to really have individual defensive things, except if you're the individual defensive missions, unless you're doing the quests or not the quests, the daily challenges or daily events or daily ops in 76. Those tend to be the only defensive ones, while this one would be all by yourself and just one person or one thing you're fighting against.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's the best way to incorporate someone like Michael Myers, because he's like you said, invulnerable, but able to be finished off. It's just gonna take an ungodly amount of effort.
Probably 3 mini nukes would probably do the trick, to be honest. Let's be honest here.
But yeah, I mean, if you're in a building, it's not something. I mean, technically you can't do.
Technically, yeah.
Technicalities, but
technicalities are not fun. But yeah.
Yeah, but rules don't apply to you though, because you're the player and you can do whatever you want.
But
and there are such thing as mods where you can stop that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but
just yeet a mini nuke at his face. It'll be fine.
I think he could survive 1. Maybe 3 would do the trick, to be honest, just to make sure.
Yeah.
Because we know from I don't remember which Halloween. I think it's Halloween Ends, where we all thought Michael Myers was going to die in that fire, and then in the very next movie, spoilers if no one's ever watched the movie, what have you done with your life? It's such a good movie. But
that
anyway,
30-year-old movie, yeah.
That
If
30
if nobody's watched it yet, spoiler warning.
Spoiler movie. Spoiler alert. No, I'm talking about the newer version, not the old one.
Oh.
Kidding me? There are so many of those old Halloween movies that I'm not even halfway through them, to be honest. And they send Michael Myers also to space, kind of like Jason. They sent Jason to space too.
Gotta love the good old space age.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be cool though to see, in Fallout, like a reference to Jason X? Because that's going back to Jason. That's the movie. Jason X is the space.
Jason X.
Yeah. It's such a bad movie, but it's so good at the same time.
Jason X, brought to you by Elon Musk and SpaceX.
I think the best way, if you wanted to do that, you would have to have it based on. It doesn't have to be in space, obviously, but some scientific facility, and just the random kills, just scattered throughout. The one girl in the science lab, just their face bashed in, from
I think that
liquid nitrogen.
I feel like that's a good thing with both Mike Myers and Jason is their creative killing. To be honest, and I think that'd be that'd be part of the reason why they would survive the wasteland, but also make good fatalities in the game. To be honest,
yeah. And I feel all right, one thing I could say about at least Jason, he'll blend Jason and Michael Myers, the both of them, they'll blend in.
Oh yeah,
that's the thing, because
it's kind of
scary. You just grab whatever you could whatever you could put onto your body, and people wear masks all the time. No, I shouldn't say all the time, but if someone's wearing a mask, it's not going to be out of the ordinary. It's oh, okay, this guy's wearing a mask for whatever reason. He's disfigured. He's a ghoul. He's this. He's that. So, someone in coveralls and just has a mask on. So what?
Yeah. Then they come at you with a machete.
And then they come at you with a machete. It's just oh, okay, now you're going to be this kind of a guy.
It's your average raider experience. That guy over there has power armor. I'm going to go. This fight will be legendary, he says, as he's holding a pipe wrench. about to go.
Last words right there.
It's a raider with a pipe wrench about to go try and fight a guy with a minigun who's wearing T-51 power armor and making every single building around him shake every step he takes. And then the raider's our fight will be legendary before he immediately becomes a red stain on the cement.
He becomes a shadow on the building behind him.
All right, Freddy Krueger. I feel like we should move on. Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, Freddy Krueger right here. Dream World Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
How would they? First off, I think he would survive just on Dream World alone, because I feel like he'd work in Fallout 4 in the Commonwealth because of everyone's fear sense. He could just waltz right in and just
Yeah.
So that's I don't know Freddy Krueger at all. So
he's the ghoul looking guy with knives.
Well,
on his fingers.
I know who he is, but I don't know his shtick.
He attacks through dreams.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. I mean, people sleep all the time. People are probably still having dreams or even nightmares, because I know that comes up a lot. So
what if he works for the memory loungers?
There's even that.
There is that, but I don't think he would. That he's just too psychotic to be working with people.
No, through them,
the memory loungers.
Oh, you mean through them?
Yeah, he only attacks people who are in the memory loungers.
I mean, that'd be a great way for a detective type quest, kind of like what they did in 76.
Or that's the exposure event, and then after that, he infects them when they get into the memory loungers, and then after that, like a couple years down the road, then they start having nightmares of Kruger in their dreams or something like that.
I mean, gameplay wise, it'd be a great way to bring out the sleeping aspect, other than just laying in your bed waiting for a couple minutes, and then you get the
Going to
Yeah.
bed with a completely broken body and then waking up with everything healed. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I broke my tibia. It just lays on a mattress, on a
Be like-
dirty, rat-infested mattress, and wakes up looking like the Volt Boy.
I feel like it would be incorporated, so it'd be incorporated. It would make sleeping more scary instead of
Yeah. But I just quickly Googled, Freddy Krueger and his stuff. But like he's only effective if people know who he is.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, no, if no one knows who he is.
I feel like with like the only way he could when it comes to like just infecting people's dreams, but like definitely like the blah blah blah, the machines, like
Memory
infecting
loungers.
the memory loungers. Thank you. That would be like the best way of him keeping himself alive if like people constantly are using them. So like one, like every so often someone dies, but he's just keep messing with people, and then like that spreads the rumor around. It's like, oh, don't go, like, oh, why don't you go there anymore? Oh, I had these bad dreams about this guy, blah blah blah. He was messing with me, and and so
and
I could see him working out, honestly, and being a menace to the wasteland in general.
And that's exactly why I specifically said the memory loungers, because he doesn't just infect, or he doesn't just go after everybody who sleeps. There has to be an exposure event.
Yeah.
And I don't remember
Scarecrow.
Yeah.
In the dark, and Batman Begins, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I guess, because I didn't remember how the original movie like got to its point where the people were we start dreaming of Freddy Krueger. I didn't remember that, but like since we already have that mechanic in Fallout 4, that could be the precipice for its beginning is, oh well, like there's a computer virus or something like that, and then inside the memory lounge, or the memory loungers make you think this right here, and that's why it happens, or it's like the residual memories of a serial killer from pre-war that are stuck inside there still.
I think that's really because like I know the little bit I know from Freddy Krueger was the town he lived in killed him, like in a fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was a child predator, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, he's afraid of fire. If you watch Freddy versus Jason, it's really weird how they ended that movie with Freddy dying in fire and Jason. They both die in the final scene. Spoilers there. That's another 25-year-old movie right there, but
another bad movie as well, so probably don't watch it.
Yeah, graciously bad movie.
But I feel like if it's someone who's using a memory lounger and has a horrific experience, and like someone messed with him and like he just dies in it, but like his conscious is still connected, so it's infected.
Yeah.
And just manipulates, like he somehow gets into the machinery. So, which I can see that happening, honestly.
Yeah, well, because I don't know if it's been confirmed or not, but I'm pretty sure the memory lounger technology is the same was the same technology used by CIT to scan the original Nick Valentine's brain that downloaded his consciousness onto a holotape that could upload it into the Nick Valentine we all know and love today.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the memory loungers was the same type of technology developed by CIT, and that's probably where Dr. Amari got that from. Was she just went to the ruins of CIT and just basically took it home with her, probably. And so there's could be fragments of their mind still there, or it could be from like a pre-war event or something like that. Something like that.
So in a sense, Freddy Krueger's a computer virus.
Yeah.
In this circumstance, yes, he is. He may look green and he may just be super pixelated on the monitor, but he's still a computer virus because Fallout technology is not that far advanced. At the same time, they also have sentient AI.
Yeah, but and like the one thing is like if someone uses a memory lounger, like the compute, like the computer virus manipulates someone's brain so that like the next time they connect to it, if they're like a frequent flyer, he can still reinfect.
Yeah.
So anybody who uses the memory lounger is planted with the seed to potentially reinfect the system.
Yeah.
So that works. That works out really well. I like that.
Yeah. It'd just be a cool little detective mystery, I guess. I was
Yeah.
trying to figure out, like, well, what's the common thread between all of them? Oh, they go to the memory den. They're frequent visitors of the memory den. So that's where it comes from. And then you have to go in and fight the virus or something like that. Or just take the holotape out, I guess. Either one of those would work.
Yeah, or just
You will never destroy me. Hits the eject button. No.
It's also one of those like I said, like if he is just a computer virus infecting people's minds. So like as long as like people just stop using the memory loungers, he goes away.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but I feel like he would expand. You know how in the movies, in Friday the 13th movies, though, going back, if people, I feel like he could still be big if people are afraid of him still, even without. That's why they're not going, is because of him. So I feel like that he would still live.
It's one of those things of like memory loungers. I don't know how widespread they are in the wasteland in general. So
probably
like
only in Boston, honestly.
Probably.
Okay. Let's say like they're more prevalent, like just say like in DC, like in an updated timeline.
Actually, no, they are in DC. Yeah, because Volt 13 or what? No, not Volt 13. Whatever the one that Streloslas Braun is in.
Yeah,
those are those
So,
are also memory loungers. I completely forgot.
We can say that memory loungers are something that are relatively prevalent. So the effect, like memory loungers, are a drug to people. So if, like you say, all right, we're going to close down this memory lounge, no one else can use it, or people are restricted from using it. So then that person's like, oh, where can I get my fix? Now they start traveling. Now they're going to go down to DC. And then they hook up. Now that's infected. So now he's in two places.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then, the guys, something happens and that guy, someone else goes from DC to who knows where else. And now it becomes a widespread thing and you can't stop it now.
It's like a sexually transmitted disease, but instead of jacking off, they're jacking in.
Stop it, please. Just don't.
What? Come on. Instead of jacking off, they're jacking in.
We understand that, but no.
It's a Futurama reference, okay? It's Futurama.
I know what it is. I've watched Futurama.
Oh my god.
It's to be honest, I think Family Guy is better, but that's a totally different conversation.
I like them all. American Dad, Family Guy, The Simpsons, and Futurama and Disenchanted. They're all great to me.
I never really got into Disenchanted, but that's beyond the point here, as we pretty much almost, if we have any final thoughts on our topic tonight before,
I mean, I feel like if done properly, some of like the popular like horror movie villains can be pretty damn effective in the Fallout universe.
Yeah.
So, and especially like even like like the smaller ones, like I would say Norman Bates or the guy from Psycho.
Yeah, the Bates Hotel.
Yeah, the Bates Hotel. Yeah, like that's someone that could be, really effective and menacing if implemented properly. So yeah, no, like I kind of like this. I'm just trying to figure out how things would cross over from one universe to the next.
Okay, one more. I just thought of one more.
What do you got?
The Shining.
Okay.
That guy from The Shining.
Yeah. Well, whatever his name is.
Jack.
Here's
Torrance.
Johnny.
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson is the actor. He played Jack Torrance.
Maybe. I don't remember. I don't remember much from that movie.
I watched that movie and I'm like, bro. But anyway, I feel like just to end it all off, here's like a quick 5-second ramble on him. I feel like he wouldn't survive, but I feel like he would at the same time.
I don't know enough about The Shining to really like.
The
say
Shining
anything.
is where this main guy, Jack Torrance, is asked to
watch over. I know, like the bit I know is author asked to watch over a hotel in the mountains over the winter because it doesn't get used a lot. That's about it. And I know he's there with his family.
And then he over time his family notices he goes crazy.
Okay.
He goes crazy and joins like everyone else that's caretaked in this hotel. This hotel supposedly haunted. And in the end, that you realize. You realize that. Spoilers on another 30-year movie, but
40 at this point. I think it's from the 80s.
40s, 50, I don't know.
1980s.
And it is called The Shining because the other, like the gardener or something like that, has termed the affliction his daughter has of being able to see ghosts as the Shining, like the ghost light can shine through her or something like that.
Yeah.
And so she's the one who first recognizes that, oh, daddy isn't right. He has an axe and is writing red rum all over the place. And in the mirror, that spells murder.
I feel like it'd be more like a reference if you go into like a bathroom or something. I don't think you'd actually see the character Jack Torrance. But
I mean,
it would have to be just a pre-war kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah. No. I could see it being like an event you stumble upon, or like it's just like one of those things that it's just an environmental thing. So you just see like all like the clues. Like you can have like, I know there's a maze, red rum,
definitely
something
red
with
rum.
twins there.
Yeah, those are the ghosts. Those are some of the ghosts.
Okay.
Ghosts.
So
then you have a hallway full of blood.
Yeah.
The tricycle.
And also, of course, you have to have the door that is partially chopped down.
Yes.
So wait, was it a hallway full of blood, or like an elevator just randomly opens
it
up
was.
and just spills out all the
blood?
blood?
It was a little bit of both.
Yeah,
so it's an elevator full of blood that opens up and spills all the blood out into the hallway.
Yeah, so it'd be more of a environmental storytelling than like actual events.
Yeah, because I feel like everyone would be dead at that point. It'd be like skeletons on the other side.
Yeah.
Of the door or whatever.
It happened while the bombs were falling.
Yeah. That's how you could explain it.
Oh yeah.
It'd have to be some far off rural hotel. It couldn't be in the down. It probably couldn't be in downtown. I don't think it would work as well.
No,
with that.
I don't think
it has to be secluded.
Yeah,
it has to be secluded.
I feel like it would work in New Vegas, not so much in 3 or 4 or 76.
I could see 76 in the mountains somewhere.
Okay, maybe it's 76.
Yeah, and I can see in New Vegas it being like next to this, like adjacent to the Sierra Madre, somewhere in the Sierra Nevada mountains.
Yeah, no, just somewhere secluded, and you could get that definitely in 76 and New Vegas for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, alrighty. I like finishing off on that one for sure.
Yeah. So, now back to any final words, or
No, I'm good. I like
Nova.
Not really. Just finishing up. Actually, working on a video here, which I've been working on for over a month, because I go slowly. If you guys didn't realize.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I go my own pace. Okay, you can't rush me.
You can't rush art.
No.
Nah.
And what I do create is not art, really. No, I just get bored and I write things, and I'm like, oh, this seems like a fun idea. I'm gonna run.
But it's well done. That's the thing.
That's it.
I suppose.
I've watched a couple of them, and I'm like,
oh yeah,
this is pretty well done.
Hey, which ones have you watched? Just out of curiosity.
I think the first one I watched. I forget what it's called because it's been so long. But yeah.
Okay.
I watched the first one that you did.
I think the last one I watched was the DMR.
That's the last one I did.
I think
So I'm up to date.
I think I watched the Origins.
Okay.
If I'm thinking video right, because I've watched a ton of Fallout videos.
Yeah, like what happened on October 23rd. That's
Yeah.
what you mean? Yeah. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Its anniversary is going to be up here soon on October 23rd. Who'd have thunk that?
Yeah, who would have thought? In a couple weeks when this releases.
Oh yeah, basically. Yeah, but beyond that though, just existing really. Like I said, I'm working on a few videos. Work is eating up a lot of my time, and I'm just looking at future games that I'm excited to play. Modern Warfare 3 is not one of those though, because it's basically a $70 DLC to Modern Warfare 2, and I refuse to pay that much money for a game that looks identical to one I already have and is probably going to be just as bad.
Yeah.
Although all my friends are playing that beta right now, I'm like, I want to play though. I just want to try it.
I just want to get it for the zombies mode. But,
I don't. The zombies looks terrible. What do you mean? you can't play it for more than an hour. How is that fun?
I didn't know that. But...
No. There's a 1 hour time limit, and they explicitly put that within the release data that they gave to us. That and by the way, each session only lasts an hour, and you can have 24 players in it, and you can fight other players too. So it's basically just DMZ with a 1 hour time limit mixed with a crappier version of zombies. That is not going to be fun at all. I'm looking for Call of Duty Gulf War to come out next year, alongside the Fallout TV show, which is going to continue my theory that every single Black Ops series release is going to coincide with a mainline Fallout release, because it's been happening every single time.
Yeah, if you think about it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you had 2008, which is World at War and Fallout 3. You had 2010, which is Black Ops 1 and Fallout New Vegas. Black Ops 2 doesn't have one, sadly. But then you had 2015 with Black Ops 3 and with Fallout 4. You had 2018 with Black Ops 4 and with Fallout 76. And then there wasn't anything for Cold War either. But you get the pattern. It's just
I
think
there was
coincidence.
a DLC for 76.
Well, yeah, there's DLC it was DLC for every single year for 76, but it's a weird pattern to recognize.
Yeah.
Because the 1 in 3 chance. I mean, what the heck's the odds of that?
Bethesda and Activision working together?
I mean,
make more money?
I mean, Activision is owned by Microsoft, so
they just got bought out.
Yeah.
So. All right. Well, do you have any closing words, Maverick, for yourself?
I do. Please, listen to, if you want to listen to us ramble on about different things, Nova, Little Green. We may, if you like it, we may bring on other tier 4 from those patron episodes of the Fallout Lorecast hosted by our friend Tom or Robots. But yeah, if you want to listen to our other episode, the other episodes of the Fallout Roundtable, they should be in what you're listening to. Just scroll down, whatever.
And if you pester Maverick long enough and hard enough, we will all pester Tom to get an exclusive interview with him. We're on this channel though.
That'd be kind of fun just to have him on for something, for a more free discussion.
Yeah, Tom, you don't have to worry about anything. Maverick here is going to take care of it instead. So you can just be yourself and just go off onto a nice little ramble about anything you want to talk about. You just start sleeping. Oh, okay. Just falls asleep on air.
Funny story, probably get cut out, but funny story. It was during one of the D&D patron episodes when we were doing a D&D, like an actual tabletop. I fell asleep. And there is there's audio of me snoring on the internet. Confirmed.
That's funny. Oh God.
There is audio of me out there snoring in the middle of a patron episode, and they just went along with it, saying, "Oh, my character got tired and fell asleep." Actually, and you could hear it in the background because I didn't turn off my audio.
Oh my God, Maverick! It's like, so Maverick, it's your turn, buddy. Oh, well, that's a good roll.
Oh, Well, anyway, also one final thing. Next month, on November 11th and 12th, Maverick Stone will be in Good Springs, Nevada, for the Fallout New Vegas celebration at the Pioneer Saloon. So mark your calendars down there. I know Jaxus will be down there also. I cannot confirm any of the other members, but I know myself and Jaxus will be down there, so you can say hello to us. We don't bite unless you pester us enough, and then we may, but that's on a rare side. But before we sign off, do you have any socials or anything that you want to?
I'll just plug my typical thing of lilgreen_photography on Instagram. I'm chugging through a bunch of work right now to post and a bunch of other stuff going on. But other than that, you could find me on the amazing Robots Radio Discord. And yeah.
Yeah,
Over.
and I am also on the Robots Radio Discord. I am near my phone most of the day, so if you have the hankering to say hello to me, just feel free to send me a message on there, and I will probably respond in about less than 10 minutes. Beyond that, I have my own YouTube channel, Supernova, capital S, capital N, 0, capital V, capital A. Look for the golden retriever icon, and I will be releasing a new video about the mad scientists of America sometime here soon. Well, in Fallout Universe, I mean, not in real life. So there's going to be no controversy about that. I'm not going to go into COVID. Don't worry about it. Just FEV. So it's going to be a much better video. Yeah, and I'm also working on actually getting YouTube Shorts up because I decided that'd be a better way to keep content flowing out rather than doing 45 or hour-long videos every month. Is starting to do about 30 to 45 second shorts. So I'm going to begin trying to publish about at least once of those a week just to keep a good consistency out. And the first one I'm going to do is going to be comparison between the service rifle and the Chinese assault rifle using my real life guns because I have an AK-47 and an AR-15 and I just have to show them off because I paid a lot of money for them. So I might as well get as much use out of them as I possibly can. Also good just representation of the guns in real life too.
But anyway, you know where you can find me. All three of us are on the Discord and the Robot Radio Discord. You may need smoke signals to find me though.
He's elusive.
I am very elusive. It is hard for people to find me apparently. Like seriously, I've actually gotten like it's a long story. I don't need to tell it today. It's a story for another day. But yeah, just that's it, really.
Yeah.
We all had fun.
Yes, we did.
I hope you guys had fun listening to us ramble on about horror slasher people, how they could work in the everyone say goodbye. Really.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
See you all later.
This podcast is part of the Robots Radio Rocket Club, a program designed to help all podcasts reach their full potential. For information about joining the Robots Radio Rocket Club, check out robotsradio.net.